I want to talk to you about a really weird concept. It's a polytonal playing concept, meaning that I ignore the key that I'm in and I will just do some things at random. So for example, let's just look at a shape and let's just move it up in half steps and just listen to what it does. Now in that case, I did a move that wasn't a half step on the B string, but from the B string to the G string because of the nature of the guitar. But if I wanted to stay consistent with a half step each time, you could still do that. Look at this. So what happens is you end up on a chord tone. And so using this idea, what I like to do is I will take shapes, random shapes, and I will start moving them around, and I will put different rhythms to them, but I'll move them up or down by a half step. And this whole concept is like a shape-shifting, demented harmony kind of thing. And I like to have fun with it because, you know, every now and again in a situation where I'm improvising, I usually play over vamps that have kind of a wide open harmonic structure. And if I want to go way outside, the band is able to follow this, and we can build these improvisations on these weird foundations. So let's look at a couple of phrases that I can show you that utilize some of the picking techniques and some other things that we've already talked about. So for the first super oddball thing, we're going to take a random shape and we're going to play it totally linear across all the strings. But it's going to have a really weird sound. So here's the shape. It's basically a whole tone shape, but it does not stay strict whole tone as it goes across the neck. And that's not something I care about. I just do it because it has a symmetrical feel when I'm playing it, and it just sounds bizarre, and I like it. And I'm sharing it with you. All right, so remember the picking pattern that we did where it was like this? That already has a weird sound too, you recall that. And we did it with the diatonic version of the Dorian. But now we're going to do it with this. So it's basically this kind of shape all the way across the neck. You get a weird little unison in there. So if I'm playing an A, I might throw in a lick like that and just have it hang, and then come back with these kind of rhythms are the keys to improvisation for me. So this phrase, you can play it anywhere, and you're going to find that you're really close to a chord tone when you end. And that's the whole thing. It's just this deviation from the norm. My dad had a great quote, which was, "Progress is not possible without deviation from the norm." And I would say this deviates quite a bit. So that's one phrase you can learn. Another one, and this is one of my favorites, I actually used it on my record Via Zamata on a song called Funky 15. It has this shape, and then I move it around in half steps and across the strings. So it goes like this. The whole thing is based on this shape. And I like to move it around in other spots. So you can take ideas and move them in weird ways and get really cool results. You just have to allow your ear to go there and have the confidence that you can make it work.